Saturday, May 27th was our last day in Salzburg. It was a fantastic trip. I can't believe how fast it went. And just the different things that I was able to see. I'd never been to Europe before, so all of the items and experiences and locations were all new to me. I think the one thing that stood out to me overall was the amount of physical activity that people in general would be involved with due to the lack of, the accessibility of public transportation. You see that people are walking, there's tons of bike trails, and you don't see, like businesses don't have parking lots out front everywhere so that people can park because people, one person isn't driving to each business. The other thing that stood out to me is while we were on the bus, going to the Salzburg salt mine, we were packed in like sardines. And even though I thought that there was no more room on the bus for them to stop and pick people up, they still stopped. The doors still opened, and people still continued to push on and get on. And I guess, again, when you're focused on public transportation, you rely on the buses to stop on time and to get you to your place on time based off of the time schedule they publish. So if they were not to stop, even though the bus was full, it could have screwed up many schedules for everybody. So along those same lines, what we know is the ADA, or the American Disability Act in the States, it just wasn't prominent. There weren't wheelchair ramps. There weren't always elevators. Several of the restaurants I went to, the bathrooms were downstairs, and they were small. There weren't necessarily handicapped stalls. And so I found that to be really interesting because I know when we implemented the ADA in the States, it was very expensive for businesses to comply. So that's the one thing that stood out to me the most, I think, while being in Europe.